Hey, welcome to Daily Bravo Drama. In this video, we will be talking about, well, so much crazy stuff. Like we'll be talking about Dorit thinking about quitting Bravo, Teresa Giudice ending her bitter feud, Tamra Judge's explosive drinking drama, and Taylor Frankie Paul's messy AI courthouse posts. We'll cover everything coming up in this audio. Hey, this is Delilah.
Hey, this is Fahid.
Welcome to Reality TV Audio Podcast, where we break down the latest in reality TV every day.
We really do.
Yeah, and for you listening, our mission today is to dive into this massive stack of sources. I mean, we are covering everything from reality star legal battles to, like, literal royal family shade.
Right. It's a huge stack today.
It is, but we're going to connect all the dots so you get the vital aha moments without getting, total information overload.
Exactly, because we're just sifting through the noise to find the actual narrative threads for you. The unwritten rules of reality television are basically being rewritten in real time right now.
Oh, 100%. And we have to start right out of the gate with the most viral stuff, the old guard, because the Housewives universe is completely upside down right now.
It really is.
Let's look at Teresa Giudice and Melissa Gorga. They actually have a peace treaty. Teresa buried the hatchet with her sister-in-law back in November 2025. And look, normally on these shows, grudges are currency.
Right. Yeah, you hold onto a grudge to guarantee your screen time.
Exactly, for the next season.
Yeah.
So why give that up?
Well, because the environment completely changed. The catalyst for this reconciliation wasn't a Bravo producer forcing some contrived sit-down at a dinner party.
Right.
It actually happened because Teresa was filming Fox's Special Forces, that world's toughest test show, alongside her daughter Gia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, when you take a reality star out of a producer-manipulated environment where, the biggest threat is gossip, and you drop them into an artificial survival scenario, it completely resets their psychological baseline.
That makes total sense, honestly.
Right.
She literally said the experience made her realize she needed to be a better role model.
Yeah.
She wanted to physically show her daughters that she was going to put an end to the generational fighting. So she actually texted her brother Joe to meet up.
Which is huge for them.
Huge. And Melissa's already teasing that season 15 ended with a bang, while Teresa's just calling the season amazing.
It just proves that family dynamics outside that Bravo bubble can force true perspective. And, heavy reality is hitting the Giudice family from all sides lately.
Oh, for sure.
Teresa recently admitted in an interview that she genuinely never expected her past fraud crimes to result in actual jail time.
Which is wild to think about now, considering how much that defined her public persona. And the hits just keep coming for them.
Yeah, they do.
Like, she's reportedly very resistant to talking about Melania's recent arrest on camera for the new season. Plus, Gia recently shared an update on how Melania is coping with the tragic loss of her childhood best friend, Victoria Zardoya.
Just a lot.
It is a relentless wave of real-life, heavy trauma hitting that family. You can totally see why Teresa might be trying to close the chapter on, like, petty manufactured family feuds.
Totally. But the reality TV ecosystem abhors a vacuum. Even if you want peace, the format demands conflict.
Oh, always.
Like, Teresa recently appeared on Watch What Happens Live and immediately admitted she took deep offense to Vicki Gunvalson's past comments about her tax issues. She even flat out called Tamra Judge annoying.
Oh, the WWHL shade was highly concentrated. And Vicki wasn't holding back either. She praised Shannon Bador, calling her a clumsy Aries and saying she reminds her of herself.
Wow.
Yeah, and simultaneously throwing major, unprovoked shade at newbie Carmela Garcia, basically branding her Cruella de Vil.
Which brings us directly to the absolute mess that is Tamra Judge and Shannon Bador.
Yes, let's get into this.
The fallout from Real Housewives' Ultimate Girls Trip, the roaring 20th season, is showing what happens when a veteran cast member completely misreads the room.
Right, because this is where I need to push back on the prevailing narrative for a second.
Go for it.
Tamra made this incredibly public drinking gesture towards Shannon, yelling, the truth hurts, because she claims Shannon was being awful to her.
Right.
Now, Jeana Keough is out there casting doubt on this, suggesting that this harsh portrait of Shannon might just be a producer-driven takedown.
Mm-hmm.
But wait, I have a hard time buying that.
Really?
Yeah, Jeana can cast doubt all she wants, but Tamra knows exactly what she's doing. Is Tamra's truth hurts defense just a convenient cover for crossing the line? Especially considering Shannon's documented personal struggles. She's weaponizing Shannon's real-life demons for screen time, isn't she?
You're absolutely right to challenge that. It's a very convenient excuse to just blame the producers.
Right.
This raises a fundamental question about the ethics of modern reality TV. In the early days, drama was about who didn't invite who to a party. Now, holding someone accountable often crosses the line into leveraging their addiction or mental health struggles for a storyline.
So dark.
It is. Tamra often dances right on that line, but Heather Dubrow actually laid into Tamra over the sheer cruelty of that gesture.
And there were massive consequences. Both Tamra and Shannon were reportedly disinvited from the finale entirely because of how explosive and toxic this fight became.
When the network actually pulls you from the finale, that's them saying the liability of your conflict has totally outweighed its entertainment value.
Exactly. And speaking of the network managing liabilities, we have to look at Andy Cohen and the Real Housewives of Orange County.
Oh boy.
Yeah. A fan on Threads recently challenged Andy, asking why Bravo continues to cast so many conservative, quote-unquote, MGA women on the show.
Right.
And look, I need to make this super clear for you listening. Regardless of where you fall on the political spectrum, we are strictly impartial here. We take absolutely no political sides.
None at all?
We are just reporting Andy's stance and looking at how the network operates from a purely business standpoint. We're not endorsing any viewpoints, just conveying the source material.
Exactly. And Andy's response was entirely devoid of ideology anyway.
Yeah, it was.
He defended the casting by stating bluntly that the show is fundamentally about personal relationships, not politics. The formula requires a friction of diverse viewpoints to actually work.
Makes sense from a TV perspective.
Yeah, if everyone agrees, there is no show.
He also added, quite pointedly, that reality stars who try to run for public office have a terrible track record.
So true.
It's almost a warning to keep the reality TV circus separate from actual governance. But before we move off Orange County, I think it's important to ground ourselves with a really heartbreaking, real-world update.
Yeah, this was tough to read.
RHOC alum Jeana Keough is currently battling tongue cancer, and her daughter revealed that the radiation treatments have left her barely able to drink water.
It is a brutal situation. It really strips away all the artifice of the arguments we just discussed and puts that petty drama into sharp perspective.
It really does. But, you know, the reality machine is relentless and it keeps churning. Right now, we are seeing a massive wave of cast shakeups across the board.
We really are.
It reminds me of, like, a cutthroat game of corporate musical chairs where the music stops and suddenly veteran players are left scrambling without a seat.
That's a perfect analogy for what is happening on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills right now.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Amanda Francis has officially exited after just one single season. She claims she is stepping away to focus on her upcoming wedding and her memoir.
What fascinates me is the public support she got. Kathy Hilton and Jennifer Tilly both publicly rallied around her.
Which is so interesting.
Right. Especially considering Jennifer Tilly just recently came to Kathy's defense after Kathy lost a high-profile Pride role.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, Amanda's leaving with some serious, unresolved beef with Dorit over some condescending house-buying comments. And Dorit herself is currently in limbo, totally unsure if she's even returning to RHOBH because she claims she has a lot going on.
The alliances are constantly shifting because the ground underneath them is so unstable.
Oh.
And let's look at the cross-pollination happening across the board. On RHUGT, Luann de Lesseps had this completely awkward yet hilarious confessional slip.
Oh, I saw this.
She tried to reference J-Lo's song Jenny from the Block and instead confidently called it The Hood.
That is so classic, Luann. I mean, it's the kind of unintentional comedy that producers literally dream of.
Oh, absolutely.
And over on RHOA, Portia Williams secured a major legal win in her incredibly messy divorce battle against Simon Gobadia. We also saw K. Michelle take a surprising route in part 1 of their reunion by actually owning up to her rookie mistakes instead of doubling down.
But the real legal drama is on Real Housewives of Rhode Island.
Oh, it's so messy.
Beth Walker fired back at Rula Pontarelli, who had publicly accused her of being an attempted homewrecker. And Beth didn't just deny it, she posted a literal mic drop video update featuring Rula's own husband, Brian.
Wait, really?
Yeah, and she publicly insisted there was absolutely no non-disclosure agreement between them. She weaponized transparency.
That is insane. But somehow, it is almost as messy as the water on Below Deck Med episode 10.
Oh, that was pure chaos.
Let's unpack the chaos on this boat. Due to injuries, Aisha, Joe, and Kaylee all had to step up into completely new roles, which obviously throws off the entire operational hierarchy.
Right.
And Jen, she spent the entire charter complaining about Kaylee to literally anyone who would give her the time of day.
The interpersonal dynamics in a confined space like a yacht are already strained, but when you add romantic deceit, it combusts.
Yeah, it does.
You have Cooper, who dumped Kat, but we find out they secretly agreed to stay together while telling the rest of the crew they were broken up.
So sneaky.
Then you have Joy and Luke secretly texting, and we know Luke was just on WWHL practically begging for a second chance.
But the absolute best part of the episode was the final reveal. Max Salvador Holtz returns.
Yes.
He was just physically somersaulting down the hallway to save the day. Plus, Bravo is teasing a massive Summer House crossover event with the Below Deck crew.
That is a fascinating economic strategy, honestly. The network is leaning heavily into cross-pollinating their audiences.
Yeah, making them mingle.
If they can get the Below Deck fans invested in Summer House and vice versa, they insulate their viewership against the loss of a single franchise.
Okay, we've covered some very heavy strategic drama, so let's take a quick breather with a fun fact just for you listening.
Let's do it.
Did you know that Andy Cohen's boyfriend, Kevin Sobieski, has literally never watched a single frame of The Real Housewives?
Given Andy's entire life revolves around the show, it's almost hard to believe.
I know, right?
But Anderson Cooper actually gave the relationship his public stamp of approval. It seems Andy genuinely loves that Kevin is completely blissfully disconnected from the Bravo universe. It provides a necessary grounding.
But, you know, Andy can't escape the digital fishbowl completely.
Mm-hmm.
Let's run through a few oddities from the reality TV extended universe, because fans are invading these stars' spaces in bizarre ways.
Well, yeah, the internet is wild.
Andy Cohen actually got criticized online for zooming in on a fan's racy photo during a random street encounter. Then, another reality star went viral, claiming Andy messaged him on a dating app.
It's the constant surveillance of public figures. Andy even had to publicly call out Vicky Gunvalson recently because Vicky incorrectly claimed on a podcast that her daughter Brianna told Andy to lose her phone number.
Oh my God.
He had to correct the record publicly.
And the surveillance isn't just Bravo. Frankie Grande is currently getting slammed in the comments for posting shirtless gym selfies, while his sister, Ariana Grande, is dealing with intense global public scrutiny.
All right.
People feel completely entitled to dictate how these stars should behave, even in their peripheral lives.
Which perfectly transitions us into the absolute mess that is the reality TV dating world right now, where the curated image collides with unfiltered reality.
Oh, it is a massive collision. Just look at Vanderpump Rules.
Oh, wow.
Tom Sandoval's ex, Victoria Lee Robinson, was just spotted out on a date with magician Chris Angel.
That's a crossover I didn't see coming.
Right. And she is doing this right in the middle of her and Sandoval's ongoing, incredibly messy restraining order battle. This court case involves subpoenaed medical records and allegations of Tom hurling a tiny penis insult at her.
Yeah.
It is as undignified as it gets.
The Vanderpump drama operates on a total scorched earth policy. Even friendships aren't safe.
Oh, never.
We saw Lala Kent recently confirm that she did an absolutely horrible thing to Jeana Keough behind the scenes, which is the actual root cause of their massive falling out. The show's narrative is struggling to keep up with the real-life betrayals.
And speaking of fans turning on stars, let's look at Southern Charm. Craig Conover is facing severe fan backlash because he started heavily promoting Onikian pouches on his social media.
Oh, yeah.
Sally Carson is promoting them too. Fans are flooding his comments, calling it a new low.
But here's what I don't get. Why are the fans so furious? It's just a brand deal.
Well, because it breaks the parasocial trust. Fans feel invested in Craig's growth, but this highlights the influencer trap.
Craig is currently trying to pivot away from reality TV by making an indie film called Caroline Fletcher. Independent films require significant upfront capital.
Ah, I see.
In the reality TV ecosystem, the fastest way to get liquid capital is to take high-paying, morally gray sponsorships, like nicotine products. He is essentially funding his legitimate acting aspirations by burning his influencer goodwill.
Wow. He's funding his escape using the exact playbook that the fans despise. So what does this all mean for the curated reality dating shows? Because the facade is cracking everywhere you look.
It really is.
On Next Gen NYC, Liam Obergefell basically broke the fourth wall by admitting he is keeping his relationship with Ariana Bierman strictly casual, purely because of all the messy drama surrounding her and Hudson McElroy.
Yeah, he doesn't want the screen time if it comes with that baggage.
Exactly. And on Selling Sunset, the polished professional image is slipping. Davina Patrats publicly called out Chrishell Stause, outright claiming that Chrishell has a completely two-faced off-camera persona that the editors protect.
But nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, compares to the fallout from The Bachelor and the McBee dynasty.
Oh, prepare yourself.
First, Bachelor alum Courtney Robertson just dropped shocking infidelity claims against her estranged husband, Humberto Preciado. She said the chronic stress of discovering his cheating caused her cortisol levels to spike so severely that it literally changed the physical shape of her face.
That is terrifying.
It's what people are calling cortisol face, and it shows the physical toll of living this drama.
The physical toll is real, but the emotional toll in the McBee dynasty situation is arguably the darkest thing in our stack today.
Definitely.
Allie Eklund just leaked highly abusive text messages from Stephen McBee Jr. after he falsely accused her of cheating on him at the Stagecoach Festival.
The texts she leaked were vile.
So vile. He called her horrific, degrading names. And hold on, this is a fascinating point because she faced massive real-world consequences for this.
Right.
Allie risked losing $50,000 in upcoming brand deals by speaking out and leaking this toxicity. These stars sign up to be produced, but their iPhones don't have producers. So when Allie leaked those texts, she essentially bypassed the network entirely, didn't she?
Exactly. From a sociological perspective, she bypassed the editors to reclaim her own reality.
Yeah.
You have these stars entering curated environments where the network controls the narrative, but when the relationship implodes in the real world, the unfiltered brutality of their actual dynamics, captured in raw text messages, completely shatters the television illusion.
Wow.
She sacrificed $50,000 to ensure the audience saw the truth, not the edit. Stephen, in the aftermath, had to check into a trauma retreat for anger management and sent handwritten 2-page apology letters to her entire family to try and salvage his image.
It's wild. And we're seeing that exact struggle to bypass the edit in other franchises too, like The Valley. Brittany Cartwright recently spoke out, saying that Lori Krebs was basically family. She was the person Brittany turned to when she was being emotionally abused in her marriage to Jax Taylor. Brittany feels entirely betrayed because Lori chose to cover for Jax, knowing exactly how he manipulates and love bombs people.
It is a recurring theme across every network right now, the desperate struggle to control the narrative when the digital footprint tells a completely different story from the broadcast.
Which brings us perfectly to our final deep dive today, the wild intersection of trolls, artificial intelligence, and the courtroom.
This is where it gets weird.
Very weird. Let's start with Love Island USA. Ariana Madix had to step in and clap back at massive fan backlash over the intense on-screen intimacy in Season 8.
Her defense was entirely logical, yet somehow necessary. She reminded the viewers that it is a TVMA show featuring consenting adults in adult relationships. The audience shouldn't feign outrage when reality stars act physical on a show designed around physical attraction.
Exactly. Though, her future hosting the show is still somewhat uncertain. She is currently teasing the Season 8 reunion, and we finally got an update from Jeana Keough regarding her status with Rob Roush.
Yeah.
But Ariana is fighting bigger battles off camera.
Yeah.
She's currently eyeing taking her revenge porn lawsuit against Rachel Leviss all the way to the California Supreme Court.
The crossover between reality television and the high-level legal system is becoming standard operating procedure now. These aren't just petty squabbles anymore. They are creating legal precedents.
Totally. And the crossover with toxic internet culture is reaching new heights.
Okay.
Look at what's happening with Big Brother.
Oh, this situation.
Rick Devens, who is an absolute Survivor legend, is currently playing on Big Brother 28. And his wife Becca just had to break her silence to defend him from an online mob.
This stems from a controversy inside the house where house guest Keough Kirk made a highly offensive anti-drag comment aimed at guys who were wearing unicorn outfits. Rick was in the room and didn't speak up in the moment. That silence drew immense online backlash, especially because another house guest, Jason Depew, is a working drag queen.
Becca stepped in to defend Rick, and her argument was really nuanced. She said that choosing not to intervene in a strategic gameplay conversation doesn't mean he implicitly endorses the bigotry.
Yeah, that makes sense.
She insists he is a highly inclusive person in the real world. She also pointed out that he's just playing a totally different game right now because he's frankly bored by the incredibly slow pace of Big Brother compared to the survival aspects of Survivor.
The pacing is very different.
So different. And honestly, I love her attitude because Becca seems completely unfazed by the internet hate. She says she actually finds joy in fighting back against these sad online trolls.
It takes a very specific, thick-skinned resilience to be married to a reality star in the age of social media. You were just collateral damage in a game you didn't even sign up to play.
Well said. Okay, here is where we get to the absolute wildest, most futuristic story in our stack. let's talk about the secret lives of Mormon wives, which, by the way, Hulu just renewed for season 6.
Good for them.
Taylor Frankie Paul has had an unbelievable week.
To say the least. It started when her ex, Dakota Mortensen, decided to do a hard launch of his new relationship with Jeana Keough on Instagram.
And Taylor's response. She didn't write a Notes app apology or post a crying video.
No, she did not.
She posted a highly cryptic, AI-generated image clearly designed to shade them. Then we find out Harry Jowsey admitted on a podcast that he was perfectly happy being used as a pawn by Taylor just to make Dakota jealous. But the AI shade isn't even the craziest part of this story?
No, the real controversy ignited when Taylor posted photos announcing a major life update, which was the official end of her 3-year domestic violence probation.
Yes, she posts these deeply emotional photos of herself at the courthouse. It should have been a moment focused on her message about breaking the cycle of domestic violence.
You'd think so.
But instead, her followers immediately hijack the comments to accuse her of faking the courthouse images with artificial intelligence.
That's crazy.
They start zooming in, pointing out that the angle of her head tilt was exactly the same in multiple photos, claiming the lighting was synthetic. And when a fan asked her directly in the comments if she used AI to fake the milestone, she didn't deny it. She just replied, "I plead the fifth."
It is a totally surreal moment in pop culture. The audience's default state is now complete mistrust of the image.
To quickly wrap the final outliers in our stacks before we hit our final thought, Prince William reportedly issued a chilling 4-word warning to Prince Harry amid their ongoing royal rift.
Right.
Critics are aggressively slamming Meghan Markle for daring to wear Princess Diana's earrings in public. And in a bizarre, almost tragic mob update, Permined Yellow somehow missed the strict court deadline to donate a kidney to his mother, Victoria Gotti, before heading off to prison.
Just another day of high-stakes dysfunction in the news cycle.
Totally. But I want to circle back to Taylor Frankie Paul and the AI controversy for a second. Because at what point does trying to control the narrative, whether you are Ali Eklund leaking your own text messages or Taylor posting cryptic AI shade, just pull these stars deeper into the exact toxicity they are desperately trying to escape?
That is the ultimate paradox of modern reality television.
It really is.
These stars are utilizing the very tools, social media surveillance, leaked iPhone texts, artificial intelligence that guarantee their lives remain in a state of chaos. They crave peace, but they are economically and psychologically addicted to the platform.
It's exhausting just to analyze it, let alone live it. Which leaves us with a final thought for you listening to Mull Over today. Reality TV used to be like a funhouse mirror. Sure, the reflection was distorted by editors and lighting, but you were still looking at a real person.
Right.
But with AI entering the chat, we aren't looking at a mirror anymore. We're looking at a completely painted canvas. Think about it. If fans are already out here accusing stars of generating fake courthouse photos to manipulate public sympathy, how long is it going to be until the actual reality TV producers start using AI themselves?
Oh, that's dark.
How long until a network uses a deepfake algorithm to artificially fabricate off-camera drama, generate toxic text messages, or tweak a hot mic audio file just to drive a seasonal storyline?
It is a chilling thought. I mean, if the audience can no longer trust a basic photograph from a courthouse steps, how can they ever trust a heavily edited confessional? The boundaries of reality are completely dissolving.
Exactly. The raw, unfiltered truth is disappearing, and we are left staring at a completely manufactured reality. You won't want to miss our next audio, where we unpack a massive, unedited hot mic leak that threatens to bring down an entire Bravo franchise. Until then, keep your tea hot.